I'm a mother of an 18-month-old boy, and we're still breastfeeding. And I'd like to stop now, and I can't, so I need your help. It's not me, it's him. But I want to tell you guys my story of how it all started. Well, obviously, when I was pregnant, well, I wanted to breastfeed. That was my heart, and my desire was I want to nurse. That I grew up seeing my mother nurse my brothers, so to me that was something that was natural. Hi Michelle Lynn, breastfeeding queen. Hi Ryan. Hello David from Nashville. Oh, we got someone from the UK, Andrew, very cool. So yeah, so I grew up seeing that, right? So because I saw that, that's what I wanted to do for my baby as well. And when he came into the world, when Wasadig was born and he came into the world, it was actually really awesome that he knew what to do right away. And I know I'm extremely blessed in this way because a lot of babies and mothers have a hard time with the latch and getting the baby to get on. So he had an awesome latch. Like his lip was right under, and he was like sucking, and he like knew what to do right away. It was crazy. I was like, what? How does he know exactly what to do? So he right away, like we did the skin to skin as soon as he was born, and he latched right on and he knew what to do. So that was good. But welcome Melina. Hello beautiful sister. But I wasn't producing milk. Like it was just the colostrum that was happening for like a couple of days, and I was, really, I was like, okay, they usually say it takes about 3 days for the milk supply to come in, and so I was patiently waiting, but I was getting really impatient because it felt like my baby wasn't getting proper food, right? So I was about to give up, and I was just gonna go to formula because I wanted to make sure that he was getting nutrition. Welcome Kristen, welcome Tara. Welcome Larissa. So I was at home and I felt really hopeless because I didn't have any milk supply coming in, and I could tell he was really hungry. He was getting cranky. So I remember I had like this formula in my closet, and that was gifted to me by the doctor for free. So I was like, okay, well I have this formula, so I was just about to use it. But then I remembered that because I gave birth in Halifax at the IWK hospital, and that was an amazing like care. We really got well taken care of there, and they gave us like an info bag, and in that bag it said that you have a nurse that's going to come to your home for free, and she's also a lactation specialist, so you can get help with that if you need to. And I remember that was like my last resort, so I ended up calling upon them, and this nurse Barb came into our home for free, and she taught me how to breastfeed. And she basically said like, do you mind if I physically help you? And I said no, like by all means do whatever. And so she was like teaching me techniques and stuff, and it was 3 days after I had given birth and the milk finally came in with the help of that lactation specialist Barb. So if it wasn't for her, I don't think we would have ever breastfed, because I didn't know how to make it come out, and it wasn't working, and I was getting really frustrated and emotional and sad, and like a little bit of postpartum depression. And so the reason why I'm sharing this is because I know a lot of mamas are having babies or thinking about breastfeeding, and I know how emotional it can be and how frustrating it can be. So if you are thinking of breastfeeding, then maybe you should definitely look into getting a lactation specialist come and help you and come guide you, so you don't feel so lost and alone like I did. And also, so she helped me, and then she was able to come, I think, for 6 weeks. Once a week she would come in. So I used that resource right up. I was like, yes, I'm not shy to ask for help. I really need it. And we're living in the city away from our families. So she came in and she helped us so much. And she was just so awesome. Like she'd come and weigh the baby and look at his latch and say he's doing a good job. And it just reaffirmed and reassured me as a brand new mom, because most times I just didn't feel like I knew what I was doing. And so yeah, that was really, really awesome. So grateful for that. So that's just something I wanted to share with you guys, because not a lot of people know that they're out there, lactation specialists, and people just think that their milk isn't coming in, but there's like ways to help it to come in, right? So I also did go to a prenatal course before having the baby and learned a lot about breastfeeding in that, but it's a lot different when you have your baby finally, and then when you have it there and you're in the moment, it's like, oh my God, I forget everything that I learned, and like, what do I do? So you physically do need that help, right? So don't be afraid to reach out for help if you're one of those people that's in that situation. Hi Manal, congrats on your new baby. Hi Lana. Hi Angela. And so yeah, that's my breastfeeding story. So for me, it's hard, right? It's hard because you don't get sleep. Like, so, well, for me anyway, I was basically nursing him every 2 hours all throughout the night. So for the first 7 months, this is not an exaggeration, I was waking up every 2 hours and nursing him and not getting a solid sleep. Now looking back, I can't believe I did that, and I don't know how I did it, and it's not healthy and it's not safe because sleep deprivation is real, and I was coming to a point where I was physically bumping into things because like I couldn't even see straight anymore, and I was a full-time mom and I was working full-time. I had to get back to work when he was 2 months old because I didn't have maternity leave because I'm self-employed. So yeah, it was not easy, and it's still not easy. But I'm just sharing my story with you and opening up because this is just a part of me that I haven't shared. And I know I have a lot of moms who tune in and who feel unsupported and feel alone, and it's super isolating. Parent life is super isolating. You feel alone a lot, and I do feel alone a lot. So figured I'd share. I'm not the only one feeling that way, to hopefully help you feel relatable and so that you don't feel alone too. So I for the first 3 months we were nursing, I almost gave up, and I almost went to formula. Gave up nursing, and I was going to say, I'm going to go to formula. I can't do this anymore. The sleep deprivation, the first 3 months of not sleeping, it was really, really hard. And I remember I went to the store, I bought the formula, came home, I was broken down crying, and Alex said, well, what do you really want to do? Like, what do you really want? And I said, well, really, I want to nurse him. Like, I want to have that relationship with him, the bonding, and I just want to do that. Like, I have nothing against formula. I just want to nurse my child. That's what I always desired. But I said, I just physically feel like I can't do it anymore. Like, so unsafe, it's unhealthy. And so he said, well, I'm willing to help you out more. I'm willing to, do other things to help you, because if this is what you really want, I want you to have what you really want. So we didn't give up, and we kept going. And I thought, okay, well, at least if I can make it to 6 months, I'll be happy. And then I can, go on formula and whatever. But we kept going, and I finally did, we slept trained the baby, sleep trained at 7 months old. So then I was able to get my like 10 hours sleep a night, which was huge, a huge difference. So it got a lot better. But now I was hoping that we would cut off at age 1, and now he's 18 months old and he's not cutting off, and he's super addicted. And I don't want to sound at all like I'm complaining or that I'm negative at all, but I'm just being real with you. It's extremely hard, and I don't know how to stop. Like, we've tried everything. I left for 5 days, and I came home, and we were trying to not let him nurse, and he still he freaks out real bad if he doesn't get the nursing. And then we tried to put lemon on, and he didn't even flinch. He still drank the milk. And we also have done things like distracting him, like all throughout the day. And if I can only nurse him at nighttime, that's what I would love, to just nurse him at nighttime once a day. That's it. But he doesn't, like, all throughout the day he needs to. So if any of you have any tips on how we can wean and how I can like diminish my milk supply, I'm open-minded for learning. And Carla says, thanks for sharing. It is hard. My son is 1, and I want to take him. He's so addicted though too. Yeah, so hard. So I want my body back. Every story is different. Every mother and baby is different. Every child is different. So don't compare yourself to other people. But for me, I really, really want my body back, and I really want to stop this nursing now, because in my heart, if I had it my way, what I would love is to just be able to nurse my son at the nighttime still, and that's it. and him be able to eat all the meals in the day and, you know, go about being a boy all throughout the day and that be our thing. But it's not that way. I'm not getting what I want because he's addicted. So we have to cut it off completely. So if any of you have any tips or what's worked for you with weaning or diminishing your milk supply, I'm open-minded, because it's been 8 months now that we've been trying to wean and it is not working. So I am really like, SOS, help a sister out. I'm so over it. I just want to hang out with my son. I just want to have fun with him. I want to munch out with him and him not look at me as like I'm a cow every time. Like every time he sees me, when I walk through the door, he doesn't even smile or be like, he'll smile for a second and then right away he cries, and he cries and goes for the boobs. Like that's all he wants. He just wants a nurse all the time. So it is really hard on the head, you know, because you just feel like you're a cow. Like, I'm just a cow. Yep, I'm your cow. I'm your fridge. That's all I am to you. Like, and he goes and cuddles his dad, and he'll play with his dad, and, you know, and that's beautiful. But I would love that relationship with my son. So, I hope I'm not sounding too negative or complaining. Just sharing real what's going on in our home, in my mom life. And, Michelle said, I'm amazed that after 5 days, he still wanted to nurse. I know. That was my recommendation for what other moms have shared with me. Let me know when you figure it out and share your secret. We are trying to soon. Okay, so I'm leaving on Monday for 7 days this time. I'm leaving for 7 days. It's going to be my longest time away from him, and I don't want to leave him, but in a way I'm excited to leave him because I want him to friggin' stop nursing. But Alex still thinks when I walk through that door a week later, he's going to still nurse. So that's why I'm really keen on what can we do to help me to get that milk supply gonzo. So once I get home, he won't even like, it won't even be a thing. Like, how can I do this? So I'm basically reaching out for help right now, and I'm open-minded, and I'm also here sharing with other moms that if you do want to breastfeed, it is possible, and please reach out for help. Reach out for help as much as you can, because a lot of people get the misconception that they are not able to, when really they are. They just need that extra support. So Robin says, you are not complaining, my dear. Does he drink from a bottle? Right. So he does not drink milk, other milk. Like, we'll give him other almond milk and stuff in a bottle, and he just chucks it. He gets mad and he chucks it. So I'm going to wish Alex well while I'm gone, because it's going to be hell for them in the nights, because that's our time. Like, he usually nurses for an hour in the nighttime, and then I put him in the crib and he passes out for like 12 hours straight. So when I'm gone for the week, like, Alex is going to have such a hard time, because he's going to feed him supper and then he's going to feed him just a bottle of water. And the baby, last time when I left for 5 days, he cried bloody murder till like 2 in the morning. So it's going to be a crazy time, and I'm sorry to my neighbors in advance, because these walls are not the thickest, and just sorry, heads up, you might not want to be here. It's going to be a rough week, man, and I'm just sending good vibes to them, and I just hope my son can just get over it. Like, come on, buddy. It's time to move on to a new phase. Somebody says use cabbage leaves to dry up milk. Great. That's a great idea, but honestly, it's not ideal in my situation at where I'm going to be, because I'm going to be in Utah for a week, and I'm going to be like busy. It's like conferences, meetings, blah, 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 blah. It's like nonstop, right? So I've got to think of something that's also going to be ideal for my situation while I'm there to really help it. I did hear that somebody said peppermint oil will help to decrease. Like, so I can try. I can look into that while I'm gone, because of course I will have my peppermint oil with me. Samantha says, well, with my daughter, it took getting pregnant again before she refused to nurse. Yeah, not for me. Thanks. I'm not going to do that. I want to have my body back first before even thinking of another one. I just missed that. That's good though. I'm glad for you, hun. Robin says pump and put it in a bottle. Yeah, I don't pump it. I've got no time. Zero time to pump. Zero energy to pump. Zero desire to pump. So that's a great idea, Rob, but it's just not ideal for my situation. Like, I barely have time or energy to pack my clothes, to do my hair, to do my makeup. Like, I hate pumping. I hate it so much. I've done it lots before, but not into it. And I don't have enough supply either. Like, like my supply has gone down because I feel like I'm not producing as much anymore, which is good. I feel like he's just using me as a soother most times, I think. But I know he does actually get a lot of milk too. So Yvonne says, my youngest son weaned himself when we went to the beach. He had his cousins around to play with, couldn't believe it. Kind of hurt my feelings, but it made weaning easy. Yeah, that would be nice. Good stuff. Oh cool, sage tea as well might help. Awesome, thank you. And